Akotokbo, Episode 1. The Night the Wind Came In. Akotokbo, there are things the elders do not say out loud. Things that are passed down, not in words, but in the way a mother grabs her daughter's hand and little tighter when they walk past the river at dusk. This is one of those things. The morning Ajoke complained of stomach pain, her mother's hands went still. She had been staring Ogi over the fire, half listening to her daughter drag her feet across the floor behind her. But that one sentence, "Mama, my stomach has been paining me since yesterday," made her set the wooden spoon down very carefully. The way you set something down when you are trying not to show that your heart just dropped. She turned around. Ajoke stood in the middle of the room, one hand pressed flat against her stomach, face squeezed in that way she always made when she was trying to pretend she was not in as much pain as she actually was. 11 years old, tall for her age, bold eyes that never quite learned how to be afraid of anything. Mama Joke walked to her slowly, pressed the back of her hand to her forehead. No fever. Looked at the way she was standing, slightly bent, weight shifted to one side. Her chest tightened. God of my fathers, not now, not yet. "Go and sit down," she said quietly. "Eat something. Don't go far from the house today." She found her husband behind the compound, sharpening his machete for the farm. He looked up when he heard her footsteps and immediately knew from her face that something was wrong. "Babaho, what happened?" She moved closer and dropped her voice. "I think Ajoke is about to see her period." The machete stopped moving. He was quiet for a moment. Then, "But she's only 11. Other girls in this village see it at 12, 13, even 15. Are you sure it's not just ordinary stomach pain?" "Babatunde." Her voice was flat, final. "You and I both know what ordinary stomach pain looks like on that child. This is not it." He looked away. A muscle moved along his jaw. "So what do you want us to do?" "If she has not started by this evening," Mama Joke said, "we are taking her to my mother's village tonight." "Tonight, Babatunde. I don't care if it is midnight. We will carry her on our back if we have to." Her voice dropped even lower. "You remember Shade, Kemi, Bisi, Folake, all firstborn daughters, all taken the same night they became women." She stopped, swallowed. "Ajoke is my only child, my only one. I waited 11 years for that girl. I am not going to stand in this village and watch." She could not finish the sentence. Her husband reached out and held her hand. "We will leave tonight," he said, "before dark." But by the time night fell, it was already too late. Mama Joke did not plan to sleep. She had pulled her mat right next to Ajoke's, close enough that their shoulders were almost touching. She lay there in the dark listening to every sound. The crickets, the distant bleating of a goat, the wind moving slow and lazy through the palm trees outside. Just till morning, she kept telling herself. We leave before the sun comes up. She did not know when her eyes closed, but somewhere deep in the night, a wind came through the village, warm and thick, carrying with it the smell of river water and something else. Something sweet and smoky, like food cooking slowly over firewood. It moved through the cracks in the walls of their hut, gentle as a whisper. Mama Joke's breathing slowed, then stopped being hers. Ajoke was the one who heard it first. She had been drifting in and out of sleep, her stomach still pulling with a dull, deep ache when the sound wakes her. Soft at first, easy to mistake for the wind. But it wasn't the wind. It was singing. Low and old and unhurried. The kind of melody that with the With Otogbo was built, long before any of them were born. It floated through the walls of their hut like of the place. Ajoke lay still and listened. The singing moved closer. Then they closer, slow and deliberate, moving through the village like someone who was looking for something. Pausing outside one hut, moving again. Pausing outside another, getting closer. Wake mama, her mind up mother, your mother. Looking deep and your mother. Inner words through your services of the future, because Joke never kind of banking. The sound of a lizard on the roof. Before Ajoke could thaw out on a knock, a quick come had good with using this with.
Ajoke held her breath. Then the voice came, low and warm, like river water moving over smooth stones at dawn. Ajoke. She did not answer. My child, come outside. Come and see something. Every story she had ever been told rushed into her head at the same time. The whispers between women at the well that stopped the moment children came close. The way the older women in the village never walked alone past the river after sunset. The red cloth, always red, always the same, that kept appearing on that big rock beside the stream. The abandoned hut near the riverbank, where sometimes, if you passed at the wrong hour, you would hear singing coming from inside, even though everybody knew nobody lived there. Her body was already standing up. She did not decide to stand. Her legs simply did it. Her hand moved toward the door. Her mind was screaming, "Go back, lie down and scream until Mama wakes up." But her body had stopped listening to her mind. It moved the way a flame moves toward air, like it had no choice. The night air hit her face, and there, on the path outside her father's compound, stood a woman she had never seen before in her life. She was not young and she was not old. She stood wrapped in deep indigo cloth that did not move, even though the wind was blowing. Her face was calm, beautiful in a way that felt ancient. The kind of beautiful that did not belong to anything that was still alive. She was not holding anything, but from somewhere behind her, drifting from the direction of the river, came the smell of firewood and something cooking. And underneath it, faint but unmistakable, the cold green scent of deep water. The woman looked at Ajoke the way you look at something you have been waiting a very long time for. Then she smiled. Good girl. And Ajoke followed her into the dark. Not because she wanted to, not because she was not afraid, but because her legs had forgotten how to belong to her. The red cloth was found on the rock by the river the following morning. Mama Joke's screams split the village of Akotogbo open like a knife through soft fruit.
But Ajoke was already gone. Episode 2. What Ajoke saw when she opened her eyes.